Albay is a province of the Philippines located in the Bicol Region in southeastern Luzon Island. The capital of the province is Legazpi City, the regional administrative center of Bicol Region, which is located in the southern foothill of Mayon Volcano, the symbol most associated with the province. This nearly perfectly shaped active volcano forms a scenic backdrop to the city of Legazpi and is visible throughout the municipalities and cities of Albay including the surrounding provinces. History Pre-Hispanic period Long before the Spaniards arrived, Albay had a thriving civilization. Formerly called Ibot, and then Libog, Albay was once ruled by Gat Ibal, an old chief who also founded the old barangay of Soangan, now the district of Albay and part of the city of Legazpi. Spanish colonial period In July 1569, Luis Enriquez de Guzman, a member of the expedition led by Maestro de Campo Mateo de Zars and Captain Martin de Goiti, led a group which crossed from Berrios and Ticao Islands and landed on a coastal settlement called Ibalan in what is now the province of Sorsogon. From this point another expedition was sent to explore the interior and founded the town of Camalig. In 1573, Juan de Salcedo penetrated the Bicol Peninsula from the north as far south as Libon, establishing the settlement of Santiago de Libon. José María P. ± Aranda, a military engineer, was made a corregidor of the province on May 14, 1834. He constructed public buildings and built roads and bridges. The entire Bicol Peninsula was organized as one province with two divisions, Camarines in the northwest and Ibalan in the southeast. In 1636, the two partidos were separated, and Ibalan became a separate province with Sorsogon as capital. In the 17th century, Moro slave raiders from southern Philippines ravaged the northeastern coastal areas of the province of Albay. Mayon Volcano, in one of its most violent eruptions, destroyed the 5 towns surrounding its base on February 1, 1814. This eruption forced the town of Quixor to relocate to its present site, Legazpi. A decree was issued by Governor-General Narciso Claveria in 1846 separating Masbate, Ticao and Berrios from Albay to form the Commandancia of Masbate. Albay was then divided into 4 districts, Irea, Cordillera or Tabaco, Sorsogon and Catanduanes. Philippine Revolution Glicerio Delgado, a condemned insurrecto, started revolutionary activities in the province. With a headquarters in the mountain of Guinabatan town, he joined the revolutionary government of Albay as a lieutenant in the infantry. A unit of the Philippine militia was then organized by the Spanish military authorities. Mariano Riosa was appointed major of the Tabaco zone, which comprised all the towns along the seacoast from Albay to Tiwi, while Inacio Solano was appointed major for the Irea zone, which was made up of the towns from Daraga to Libon. Each town was organized into sections of 50 men under the command of a lieutenant. During the Philippine Revolution on September 22, 1898, the Provisional Revolutionary Government of Albay was formed with Inacio Solano as provisional president. Major General Vito Bellarmino, the appointed military commander, reorganized the Filipino army in the province. American colonial period The sovereignty of the country was transferred to the United States after the Treaty of Paris. During the Philippine-American War, Brigadier General William Cobb headed the expedition that landed at the ports of Sorsogon, Balan and Doncel. From there, the Americans marched to Legazpi and captured it. Although a civil government was established in Albay on April 26, 1901, Colonel Harry H. Bandas, commanding officer of the constabulary in the Bicol region, said that General Simeon Ola, with 1,000 men, continued to defy American authority after the capture of Bellarmino in 1901. Ola was later captured with about 600 of his men. World War II Following the December 12, 1941 Japanese invasion of Legazpi during the Second World War, the Kimura detachment of the Imperial Japanese Army occupied Albay province. The region was defended only by the Philippine Constabulary Unit under the command of Major Francisco Sando. During the Japanese occupation, the military general headquarters of the Commonwealth Army of the Philippines remained active from 1942 to 1946, and the 5th Infantry Regiment of the Philippine Constabulary was established from 1944 to 1946 and stationed in Albay. Then came the clearing operations and anti-Japanese insurgency in Bicol Peninsula, helped by the local Bicolano resistance. Some Bicolano guerrilla groups invaded around the province of Albay during the Japanese insurgencies between 1942 to 1944, and were supported by local Filipino troops under the Philippine Commonwealth Army and pre-war Philippine Constabulary 5th Infantry Regiments attacking the enemy soldiers of the Japanese Imperial Army. In the aftermath of 3 years of siege and conflicts, many Bicolano guerrillas were forced to retreat by the Japanese around the province before liberation in 1945 by Allied forces. In 1945, Filipino soldiers of the 5th, 51st, 52nd, 54th, 55th, 56th and 57th Infantry Division of the Philippine Commonwealth Army and the 5th Infantry Regiment of the Philippine Constabulary participated in the liberation, recaptured the province of Albay and helped Bicolano guerrilla fighters and American soldiers defeat the Kimura detachment of the Japanese Imperial Forces. A major role in the resistance and liberation of Albay was played by Major Faustino Martinez Flor of the Philippine Army's Bicol Brigades unit. The Bicol Brigades were assisted by the U.S. Navy through Major Faustino Flor's eldest brother Julian Martinez Flor, who had joined the U.S. Navy in 1919 as a machinist in the overhaul and repair department at the North Island Naval Air Station. Eventually Julian Flor became a warrant officer, and retired in 1935, returning to the Philippines. A few years later, when Japan invaded the Philippines, the U.S. Navy reinstated Julian Flor back into service to assist his younger brother Major Faustino M. Flor, and the Philippine Army's Bicol Brigades. Their base of operations was the Sto. Domingo Church, where the Flor's maternal great-grandfather was buried in July 1873. The Flor brothers, especially Major Faustino, are still held in high regard by the people in Bicol, Albay. After the war ended, U.S. President Harry S. Truman and Naval Secretary James Forrestal personally awarded a Bronze Star and a Purple Heart to Julian Flor for his heroic achievement for his planning and execution of guerrilla activities mainly in the Bicol province, but also in Cavite and Leyte Gulf. Julian Flor is credited for surviving and escaping a Japanese military camp, saving 4 downed American airmen, and stealing vital papers which revealed various strategic Japanese military plans. Geography. Albay has a total land area of 2,554.06 square kilometers, which makes it the 26th smallest province. The province is bordered by the provinces of Camarines Sur to the north and Sorsogon to the south. To the northeast, the province lies along Laganoy Gulf, which separates it from the province of Catanduanes. To the southwest of the province is Berrios Pass with the island of Berrios, Masbate located about 14 kilometers offshore. Topography the province is generally mountainous with scattered fertile plains and valleys. On the eastern part of the province is a line of volcanic mountains starting with the northernmost Malinay and Tiwi, followed by Mazaraga and Mayon Volcano. Separated by Palicay Bay is the Pokdal Mountains in the town of Manito. Mount Mayon, standing at around 2,462 meters, is the highest elevation in the province. It is the most famous landform in Albay and in the whole Bicol region. This active volcano falls under the jurisdiction of 8 municipalities and cities of Albay, namely Camalig, Daraga, Guinabatan, Legazpi City, Legazpi City, Malilapot, Santo Domingo, and Tabaco City. The western coast of the province is mountainous but not as prominent as the eastern range with the highest elevation at around 490 meters. Among these mountains are Mount Catbaraon in Ligay and Mount Pantay in Oas. Transportation by water, Albay is the region's principal transshipment point with its ports, Tabaco International, Legazpi National, Pio Duran Provincial, and the Pantay Regional Port. By air, traveling to the province by air is served by the Legazpi Airport, the province's gateway from Manila and Cebu City and the Visayas. The larger Bicol International Airport is under construction in the municipality of Daraga, west of Legazpi City. By train, in March 2012, train service between Manila to Albay was resumed by the Philippine National Railways. The Mayon Limited is a 10.5-hour one-way trip between Manila and Legazpi City with the extension to Legazpi under construction. Political subdivision Albay is subdivided into 18 municipalities and 3 component cities, namely Legazpi, Ligay, Tarbico. Demographics: based on the May 2010 census, Albay has a total population of 1,233,423, which makes it the 20th most populous province in the country. Based on the 2007 census, there are 208,640 households in the province with an average size of 5.22 persons, significantly higher than the national average of 4.99. Religion Catholicism is the predominant religion in the province, affiliated by 97% of Albay population. Each town has its own fiesta for their patrons and patronesses. Other religious denominations are Iglesia Ni Cristo, other Protestant churches such as Baptist, Methodist, other evangelical Christians, Seventh-day Adventist, Mormon, Jehovah's Witnesses, as well as Islam. Languages Albay is home to several languages and host to different native languages of Bicol Region. Out of 7 Bicol languages, only Pandan Bicol of northern Catanduanes is not used, or which the origin is not from Albay. The languages in the province is very diverse, which includes the languages of Albay Bicol group, which comprises the languages of West Marea, East Marea, Libon and Buinan. Of the 4 Albay Bicol languages, Buinan is the only one not used in Albay but rather in Bay, Camarines Sur. Rinconada Bicol is a minority language in the province and used by people in barangays of Libon and Polingui that are near the boundary of Bato and Iriga City and Camarines Sur. Another primary language used in the province is Central Bicol, which is the mother tongue of the population on the eastern coast of Bicol Peninsula. Both Albay Bicol languages and Rinconada Bicol are members of Inland Bicol group of languages, while Central Bicol is a language member of Coastal Bicol. The Tarbico-Legazpi Sorsogon dialect of Central Bicol is spoken in Legazpi City, Tarbico City and neighboring municipalities on the east side of Albay, and some parts of Sorsogon City. The majority of the inhabitants also understand English, Tagalog and modern Filipino. Economy: the province is the second most progressive province in the Bicol region. The 2009 report of HDN, which is a link of United Nations HDI, listed the province ranked second in the region or ranked 41st among Philippine provinces. HDIs at 0.518 HDI value. Agriculture is the main industry in Albay, which produces crops like coconut, rice, sugar, and abaca. Handicrafts are the major source of rural income and comprises a fairly large share in the small-scale industries of the province. Forestry, cement production and paper making are other sources of livelihood. The manufacture of abaca products such as Manila hemp, hats, bags, mats, furniture, home decors, and slippers is one of the main sources of income in the rural areas. Production of abaca fiber experienced a boom from the late 1800s until the American period. Fishing is the main livelihood along both shores of the province. Tourism, especially related to Mayon Volcano, also creates income for Albay. For the year 2013, Albay had a total of 339,445 foreign tourist arrivals. Outstanding Albayano Awards for Tourism, Culture, and the Arts. The Outstanding Albayano Awards for Tourism, Culture, and the Arts is a special award given by the province of Albay through the Provincial Tourism and Cultural Affairs Office. It aims to recognize Albayanos who demonstrated excellence in the field of tourism, culture, and the arts. 2014 awardees 2015 awardees References. External links: New Albay Tourism Promotion Website, Province of Albay Official Website, List of active LGU websites in Albay Province, DILG Albay Provincial Office Directory, Albay LGU Profiles.